Hello everyone and welcome to another card video. Today we are using Your Next Stamped Stitched Rectangles, What Not Sentiments 8, and School Notes. We're also using a piece of Vellum, some Simon Says Stamp Black, and some Tailored Expressions Poppy Seed cardstock. We were challenged to create our own background paper. So I'm using the School Notes stamp set to arrange the images to create my own background paper. So I'm using the Misty to make this a little easier, and I'm stamping this on Neenah 80-pound cardstock with some Your Next Stamp Black Olive ink. I'm going to stamp it twice so that I get a super crisp black outline image. My intention originally was to color these images, but I liked it so much black and white that I kept it black and white. I'm so boring. I am so boring sometimes. So I'm just using a little bit more of the images to fill in the background. So once I have my background paper all finished, we're going to score a piece of Poppy Seed by Tailored Expressions in a top folding A2 size card base. This is a dark gray ink, or a dark gray cardstock rather. And we're going to use a piece of Vellum. This is a Papertrey ink. So I'm going to cut out these two panels with the Stitched Rectangles die by Your Next Stamp. I originally cut out the vellum and then stamped it, and I realized that I messed it up. So I took another piece and did it properly. So this time we're going to stamp it and then cut it out. So I'm using the You Are Awesome sentiment from the School Notes stamp set, and I'm stamping just the U and the R in some Versamark ink, and I'm stamping it multiple times, and then we're going to heat emboss it with some Zing charcoal embossing powder. So in order to do this, you just stamp it, leave it in the Misty door, move your paper up slightly, and stamp it again, and it turns out perfectly. Unless you're me and you don't put it properly on the paper and then you have to do it again. So I think I stamped it 5 times. And this is like a dark gray embossing powder by Zing, and it's great. I use it a lot. I'm addicted to the grays. So here is a Simon Says Stamp piece of black cardstock, and we're stamping Amazing from the What Not Sentiments 8 stamp set. I'm just prepping it with the EK Success powder tool. And I'm going to stamp it twice because this is a really bold, thick sentiment, and I want to get a really good amount of ink to hold that embossing powder in place. So I stamped it twice. And we're using Simon Says Stamp Detail White. And of course I made a mess. That happens twice, by the way, in this week. And I'm heating it up with my heat tool. And cutting it out with the coordinating dies. So this cuts out Amazing and creates like a little bit of a shadow behind it. Love it. So we're putting everything together. I'm using this tape runner adhesive to adhere the background paper that I created. And then we got to get creative with this vellum piece. So I'm cutting off very thin strips of Scotch 3M foam tape to hold this awesome word die in place. So that's going to get adhered right to the vellum piece. And then I'm going to add tape runner adhesive behind the word to hide the adhesive behind the vellum. So I'm just using like quick, small amounts all over behind that word. And that's going to be enough to keep that piece in place. And that's my card for today. I hope you enjoyed it.